How traveling alone for the first time changed me. Growing up, I was used to having so many people always surrounding me. And I mean always, be it family or friends. It went on until my first ever journey into the real world. I always have to have somebody with me because it made me feel secure, worthy, important, and loved. Independence made me feel uncomfortable. It was very scary. Until in 2018, life decided to forcefully make me think otherwise. I got hired by a company that required me to travel to different parts of the Philippines alone. I'm not going to lie, I was very excited. But to be honest, I was more scared than excited. I was already thinking of all the bad things and hassles that may happen. And since I needed that job, I told my 30-year-old self to suck it all up and just go for it. And I think that was one of the best decisions I ever made. So here are the things that I realized when I first traveled alone. First, it is okay to be scared. For a first time traveler, even the littlest thing will make you worry. From navigating your way to your boarding area to what will it be like when you reach your destination. Let me tell you that I didn't enjoy my first travel because I was like that. I chose to deal with it. It was my first step to unleash the new me. I discovered that there's so much more I can do, and it made me feel good about myself. Second, communicate better. Yes, talk to people. Striking a conversation might be hard for the most of us, but this is actually one of the most incredible things that I have learned to develop. Engaging in conversation with the random people about random things can be quite therapeutic. We can share each other's thoughts without judgment, maybe even learn different cultures, a new language, or simply just make someone's day. My point is, there's so much more than just striking conversation, and it can be life changing, not just for you, but also to the one whom you are talking to. I can also honestly say that what got me through my solo travels are my conversations to random people. It made my travels way more memorable. Third, do not get stressed about the plan. Okay, don't get me wrong. We should always be well prepared before traveling. But hey, it is fine if you don't get everything planned out. I learned to not ruin my precious time getting mad about not being able to check everything in my to do list. Because it happens. And as the Murphy's Law says, what can go wrong will go wrong. Instead, what I can do is explore more, eat new delicacies, or rent a motorcycle and discover new places. Most of the time, they were even better than the items on my list. I allowed myself to loosen up and to get away from my robot life in the city. I'm not complaining though. Fourth, alone but not lonely. Oh, it must be so sad. This is what I hear most of the time whenever I share my adventures alone. I cannot blame them because that was what I also thought before. The first time I traveled alone, everything seemed so new to me and I definitely was not in my comfort zone. But each step and process that I went through, even the smallest thing, was an accomplishment to me. I realized that it was more than just a trip, it was a challenge for myself. A good challenge that I allowed myself to dive into to discover things or qualities that I never thought I have, and to really align to my purpose. A good challenge to myself to feel the satisfaction of being alone without needing any validation and to actually enjoy it. And I did enjoy it, every minute of it. Fifth, alone time is a must. That's right. When you experience that feeling of independence, you will long to feel that again. Before I had my first travel alone, I thought that I was going to do it once just for the experience. I never thought that I'd actually be comfortable being alone. My me time keeps me hinged to my life goals. It takes away all my uncertainties and replaces them with so much confidence. Now, I always say that I owe it to myself to constantly spend time with me. Whenever and wherever I take myself to, I know that it will always be a positive experience. I can say that I am very proud of myself for taking that leap of traveling alone. It was during that time when I was able to really assess myself thoroughly. Prior to that trip, I thought that I knew myself very well and that I was already living the kind of life that I want to live. Apparently not, because I was really able to connect to myself. I had this major realization that my life shouldn't be stagnant, especially when I know that I can do more. I have to chase the kind of life that I deserve. I am confident in challenging myself because I know that I am much more equipped to face them. What was it like for you when you first traveled alone? I'd love to hear your story. Stay tuned to my channel for more videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe.